Hi, everybody. This is Vladimira, Kuna, and Maria Steuer, and we're back with the weekend parenting advice and successful master parenting tips. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Vladi.
Are
How
you
are
well?
you? I'm fine. What about you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. I was wondering today, we had a question talking about confidence in a child. So, what can we do as a parents? Because obviously, we as a parents would love to have confident children that would then lead to make decisions, feel better doing about themselves, feeling good enough, and doing better, producing better results in anything they do, really. So, what could you advise on actually doing anything we can, the best advice we could do, what we could do as a parent?
The best advice, I'm always talking about your own childhood, the childhood of the parent. So we need to talk about this again due to this issue. And a child only can be confident or feel confident when you, as a parent, do so. When you not feel confident, then you cannot teach your children how it feels, and you need to trust in your children, that and believe in them, like you said, they you have to give them the feeling that they are good enough.
Yes.
And when you criticize them, or when they feel, it's not the talking, it's the feeling, when they
Hmm.
feel that you are not really satisfied with how they are and what they do, and maybe you want them to get better in school, or this and this, and our society nowadays is really looking at the negative things, what you aren't able to do, to train it. And we stopped praying children for that, what they are good for, because in school everywhere they say, okay, they are not good enough in this, we have to train them, and we want them to be good in every area of their life. This is impossible.
Mm.
You know this for
Yes,
yourself.
sure. Yeah.
And another thing is also, when you tell them, oh, don't do this, but the neighbors shouldn't see it. And you talk about during lunch or dinner, or have you heard what they said about this and this, then they learn that you are depending on the meaning of your environment. And
Hmm.
this is also not really self-esteem. So you are the role model, and you need to have a look at your own self-esteem and see how you feel, and then start working on your own improvement of your self-esteem, and then they will follow you. You are the role model. And the other thing is really uh, see and look to them, and prove yourself, if you love them the way
Hmm.
they are.
Yes.
This is what it's my meaning
I
in it.
love what you said, and I would just add for a little tip. What I do with my kids, I actually have "I am more than good enough" with my lipstick written all over the mirrors. And the good thing is, like, why I would suggest to for parents to use that is because when we tell them, they don't like to listen to us. Like, the if you keep telling them, oh, you should say I'm more than good enough, it's not the same. But when you write it and they see you repeating it, they kind of read it as well, because it's visual, so they know it's there. And how many times they enter the bathroom, they can actually see it. And I've got it in their bedrooms as well, but they don't feel like they have to repeat it, they just know of it. And every time they're in a bathroom, they kind of visually see that. So I've heard them the other day discussing, like, are you reading it, and does it say I'm more than good enough? So I know they're aware of it and they know it, and it's not really, they don't feel they pushed that they have to do it. So I do love the idea. And I love what you said about environment, and it's true. It's so true about do you remember the story you actually told me? Maybe you could just quickly add this. There was a story about the gentleman, and I mean, not that we want to talk about suicide, but there was a teenage.
This was a documentary about bullying children, and
Yeah.
when they committed suicide, and they interviewed the father, and he stand there, and he talked to the people, and he said, I'm nothing. And then I thought, okay, when he has this feeling, how could he give self-esteem to his son, there is no possibility. So, but I'm not the friend of the affirmation, this.
Yeah.
And I think children do not have to read it or repeat it. They
Hmm.
also have to feel it. And
Yes.
and this is for me the thing why I'm not a friend of affirmation is
Yeah.
uh, I tried it too, do the mirror work and talk to myself,
Yeah.
but there is a big difference between saying it and
Yes.
feeling it.
Yes.
And I know a lot of coaches, although they are practicing maybe for 40, 50 years, they if they are honest, they say they still hear the voice inside themselves that talks to them and say, you are not good enough. So
Yes.
I think it's really important that the children feel that you feel that they are good enough.
Yes, I
And
agree. That's why I wanted you to tell the story, because that story was actually awakening for me. And that story brought me to reading it. It's just a start. It's the first step where they are aware of the affirmation, but it's not really what's going to do the trick. It's
yeah,
the application. And I love the story when you told me that really was awakening.
and when you don't feel good enough by yourself, how will you think or feel that
Yes.
your children are good enough? So the work is still on yourself and on your own feeling
Mm.
of self-esteem, being confident, feeling confidence, and this is the key. Uh,
I actually personally believe that I'm good enough is one of the most troubled between the nations. Like everybody, doesn't matter what we do, how we go, it's still that kind of I'm not good enough still keeps creeping up to many people, even if they don't admit it. So I think it's really important for confidence.
yeah, and this is another thing that now is coming more at the surface because of the pandemic.
Mm.
And a lot of people they they are not feeling good enough, feeling increases
Yeah.
now, and so you can really easy see who feels good enough and who
Yes.
not.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Thank you so much, Maria. As
You're
always,
welcome.
amazing. And we'll be back next weekend. When if you have any questions, please email us, text us, either of us.
And
Any.
if you are interested to work on yourself or on your experiences and why you are the way you are today and how you can get more maybe easy relationship to your children, join our 6 weeks program. It's fast, it's easy, and it's really changing.
Effective. It is.
Effective, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, please do let us know. And I put the link always underneath, so you can just guys click on it and have a look.
Okay.
Thank you, Maria. Have a beautiful week.
You too, and
And
see you next week.
see you next
Bye.
week. Bye.